Hey guys, this is Nacho Cheese, and I'm bringing you the final game from Folsom StarCraft 2 Season 1, Tournament Number 1, the Finals. So this is the final game of the Finals, and this is between Nerdnic, the Red Terran, and Muzzy, the Blue Zerg. Now, as you can see, this is Game 3, so you can probably already tell that this series is tied up 1-1. But if you haven't watched Games 1 and 2, stop this video, go back, watch them both. They're both incredible games. And now that you've watched Game 1 and Game 2, let's get right into Game number 3. This is going to be on MLG Shakuris Plateau. Without any further ado, let's watch some StarCraft. So, because you have watched both Game 1 and Game 2, I feel free to talk about those games. Nerdnic won Game 1. It was a bit of a longer game, around 20 minutes long. Was able to win Game 1 by fending off Muzzy's Mutalisk Harass. He built untold amounts of missile turrets all around his bases, and was able to scare off about the 9 or 10 Mutalisks that Muzzy had. And then finally just massed up a bunch of Thors, along with some Hellions and like one tank, and just pushed up and killed him. So that was Game 1. That was on Terminus RE. In Game 2, Muzzy, our Blue Zerg, who, by the way, has spawned in the top right position, was able to shut down some early units from Nerdnic. Was able to take, like, 2 Hellions and 3 Marines basically for free, shutting them down with his Speed Zerglings, and then did a Baneling bust up the ramp. And if you watched the last video, you would know that I love Banelings. That I am a completely normal caster until Banelings hit the field. And then I flip out and go insane. So I was super excited about seeing Banelings in that last game. And I really, really hope that we see some more Banelings in this game. Because anytime there are Banelings in a game, like even if I'm playing in the game and someone uses Banelings against me, I'll like rage for a bit. I'll be like, "Fuck!" But then after the game, I'll be like, yeah, Banelings, yeah, Banelings. So, as I mentioned, my name is Nacho Cheese. I am an amateur caster and an amateur StarCraft 2 player. I've been casting for approximately a month now. Got my start with the small-time tournament, which then sort of evolved in spirit into Hasu tournaments. Did a little bit of casting with Hasu tournaments. Finally played in a Hasu tournament and took that tournament. Not that I'm bragging. But it was epic, and you should watch those games. And just having a lot of fun. And this is Folsom StarCraft 2. Nerdnic actually is one of the coordinators and reached out to me to cast these games. And so I don't know if he's doing that just to sort of show off and brag, be like, "Hey, yo, I won these games. You know, got all the way to the finals. Pretty epic. You should cast me." But either way, these games have been very, very good. So Muzzy is going to be moving down and taking his expansion. These Zerglings are going to move out, and I don't think they actually see this SCV. So they're going to be sitting and not doing much, and now they have to see this SCV. He's going to be poking back in there and getting an idea of what's going on. However, he's not really going to see much. He's going to see that the spawning pool is researching that speed. Same thing that that Muzzy has done each other game, getting that early gas and spending it on Zergling speed. And those Zerglings are going to be able to catch up to that SCV and clean him up, no problem. So nothing out of the ordinary, just a pool-first build for Muzzy, the Blue Zerg, going into his own expand. Now back over at the Terran base, we see a little bit of a deviation from his build. He did get 4 Marines out this time instead of the normal 3. However, he is getting a factory down, and he's not switching this immediately for the reactor. The reactor was a little bit delayed, so he is going to be getting Hellion out. Not sure if this was a mistake or a deliberate adaptation after losing the last game to a Baneling bust. These Zerglings are going to poke up here and see a little bit more Marines than normal. Even that 1 extra Marine can sometimes be indicative of a completely different build, although in this case I really think it was just a mistake. It's very different. He didn't finish his wall off. However, he is now going to be switching that out for one of the factories. Lots of Hellions going up, and we'll have to see if he pushes out with these units. Now, a couple more Zerglings are going to be moving in, poking up at the front, and getting a count of these units. They will see, yep, 2 Hellions and a couple of Marines. That's looking very normal. However, there are a lot of Speedlings out, so Muzzy should be able to catch those off guard, trying to morph in some Banelings, but unfortunately nerdnic is able to catch those off guard. However, all these Zerglings are getting in between him and his reinforcements, and they are going to be able to clean up. One of those Hellions goes down, all of the Marines go down, and now only 1 Hellion is left, and that gets surrounded very quickly. Very few losses for Muzzy, and here's going to be another Baneling bust. Although there's not much to bust again. Oh, now the supply depot is going to be going up. However, Muzzy does not have the sheer amount of Zerglings that he had last game. He did opt to get a lot more Banelings than last time. Here's the push. We'll have to see if it works. Now, a lot of those units did go down because of a great Hellion shot, but they are going to bust in here. A lot of workers are going to take some damage, but most of those Banelings were wasted against that refinery and such, and I think these Hellions have cleaned this up very, very well. Some more Zerglings being brought in, but with 5 Hellions against 5 Speedlings, the Hellions are going to win hands down every time, even more being rallied in, and I don't think this is going to be enough. Muzzy is committing a little too much to this attack. He really needs to pull back and just start droning up hard, but as we see on the production tab, he is continuing just Zerglings, and now this is a lot of Hellions that he has to deal with, and I'm not sure what he's going to have to answer this. Starting to get some spine crawlers now. I'm not sure if those are going to be up in time for the Hellions to come over here. Now, the Hellions don't have their Blue Flame upgrade, as neither of those factories was able to get a tech lab. Both are getting reactors, which means that's going to be a lot of Hellions. And now a bunch of Zerglings moving up to the Hellions, able to take out, I think, 1, maybe 2 of them, but not enough. And now these Hellions are going to push up, and they're going to slip right past these spine crawlers, which are not finished, get into the main base. This queen is going to be sour about life, and all of these workers are going to get burned. Oh, lining them up. That's crazy. And there's the GG from Muzzy. Well played. Yes, indeed, very well played from nerdnic. Able to hold against that same Baneling bust that he lost to in game number 2, and able to just push back. I really think Muzzy had a big blunder there in just continuing to rally in Zerglings. As soon as that first attack got cleaned up, he should have quit while he was ahead. However, if we take a look at the results, we see both players playing extremely well for their level. I believe this is Platinum and Diamond. Not entirely sure. Definitely see if you could check out these players on like SC2 ranks, or even if you find them in StarCraft, check them out, as this was pretty well played. I wouldn't say Grandmaster's level, but definitely entertaining for me to cast. I hope it was entertaining for you to watch. And as always, I am Nacho Cheese, and I will see you guys next time.